Behemoths, Titans, Legends. This is Pokemon VGC 2016. Hello everyone and welcome to Sharp Dress Gaming, and today we are back with some more Pokemon VGC 2016, again featuring our Mega Mewtwo Y team with Yveltal, Clefable, Terrakion, Entei, and Ferrothorn. Now, I'm trying to think. Somebody didn't show up last time. Entei. I think it was Entei. Who didn't end up seeing the battlefield, but hopefully he can see it today. We're going to hit that challenge button. And we're going to quick pick a thing. The ratings have reset, but it looks like this is still the special... This is still like the special thing as VGC 2016. Because it's letting me in, so I assume that's what's happening right now. Sir Herfrey. Yep, looks like we still have content to create, so 1475 rated player from Japan, but again, looks like ladders have reset. So we end up seeing a Rayquaza, Requiem, a Kyogre, a Gengar, Crobat, a Weavile, which I don't think we've seen yet, and Aegislash. I have seen them around, but I don't think we've seen them on video yet. And Aegislash is something I haven't seen for quite a while. So we see two ghost types, two poison types, and that's the only ones that are sharing typings, it appears. So who do we think is going to be good? Terrakion's not going to be great. It'll be good against the Weavile, but that's about it. I guess Rock Slide for Crobat, but he does have the Rayquaza. Clefable, I think, will do decent here. So I might lead Clefable. And I think Pharaoh is going to be a good option as well. Yveltal actually looks really good also. So I think we lead Clefable, Yveltal. Mewtwo will be okay here. And then I need Ferrothorn for Kyogre, and that looks good. So we have Mewtwo, which can Psyshock the Crobat and the Gengar, and Ice Beam the Rayquaza. And then we can Taunt Aegislash, I guess. We can also Psystrike the Kyogre, which will do a nice amount of damage. Yveltal has got Super Effective for Gengar and Aegislash. Yeah, everybody's got to work together for this team. This is a scary-looking team. Those teams that double up on typings can be scary because, especially when I'm team building, you don't necessarily have multiple Pokemon for one typing because you don't expect them to do that, but then obviously people do. So we see Rayquaza and Crobat, and the nice thing about this is that Yveltal is going to gain the Delta Stream from the Rayquaza. Now what I might just do here is Moonblast turn one. I'm going to Moonblast the Rayquaza and Protect, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that just to see what happens here. Rayquaza is going to Mega Evolve, so it will give us the Delta Stream. Not that it matters, because, I mean, Weavile's really the only thing that's going to... And Kyogre, I guess, are going to be the only things hitting my flying typing. And Delta Stream will be gone if Kyogre comes out. Rayquaza actually protects this turn. I think and I know Yveltal did as well. Crobat might be setting up Tailwind here. I could see that happening. Yep, there's Tailwind. So we could have just done Tailwind as well, but I don't think we necessarily need to. Now, he might switch this Rayquaza out. So what I'm going to do is follow me with the Clefable. I'm going to knock off with the Rayquaza, because Rayquaza, of course, can hold an item, even though it is a Mega Evolution. Because Mega Evolving for Rayquaza, the only requirement is that it knows Dragon Ascent. So you get to follow me off. Crobat's going to Super Fang, which should drop to Clefable. No, it doesn't, because... Oh, no, it does, because I am even. Even HP, so I am able to get Citrus Berry. And then Rayquaza's Dragon Ascent should knock me out, unfortunately. And that seems to be the case, but that does mean that I should be able to knock out with Knockoff, with Stab, Dark Aura, and the Drop, and the item Knockoff. We should be able to one-hit KO this Rayquaza. Should being the keyword there. Yep. Oh no, it's got Focus Sash. Focus Sash Rayquaza, huh? I see you, big doggy. So now, I'm going to bring in my Mewtwo. And I'm just going to Psystrike this Crobat. So hopefully this turn we can get double KO. So I'm going to Mega Evolve Psystrike. Crobat's, of course, going to be able to outspeed, but I can hold down the Rayquaza with Sucker Punch. If it wants to protect, whatever. Rayquaza and Crobat. I forgot to write things down here. So hopefully we get this. Oh, he's got extreme speed. I did forget about that. It shouldn't knock me out, though. It does not. Oh, but the Sucker Punch fails. Very nice play there. So he gets the Super Fang off on the Yveltal. But, of course, won't knock me out. I'm going to Psystrike this here Crobat. So, unfortunately, we do not get the knockout on Rayquaza. Completely forgetting about extreme speed for some reason. For some reason, my idiocracy got the best of me there. And in comes the Kyogre. So, not looking great. And he set up Tailwind, and he Super Fang twice, so his Tailwind's over next turn. I'm going to protect Mewtwo this turn. And I'm actually just going to Sucker Punch the Kyogre this turn. Actually, I could have... probably a better move would have been to switch Mewtwo for... Oh, he didn't Extreme Speed this turn. That's going to bring Kyogre down to less than 50, which is nice for that Water Spout. He's going to try and Dragon Ascent Mewtwo this turn, and then he Water Spouts as well, which should take out my Yveltal, I think. Owie. Yeah, it does. It does. It does, in fact. And then the Tailwind peters out, not that it really matters at this point. But I'll bring in my Pharaoh. I wonder what his last Pokemon is then. So he's used Rayquaza, Gengar, Crobat. So it's between Gengar, Weavile, and Aegislash. Not that any of those are going to be great for any of my Pokemon. Does he protect the Rayquaza, expecting my Mewtwo to attack it? I think so. So I'm going to Psystrike this Mewtwo. I mean the Kyogre. And then a DC. Okay. I wonder if he had Weavile in the back then. Unless we DC'd? I don't think we did. Yeah, okay. I wonder why my opponent DC'd there. He still had a fairly decent chance. I don't know, but that's our win, so... In party it is. In party it is. Set that challenge. Challenge. And we'll find a new musical number. But yeah, I was going to Psystrike the Kyogre that turn and Gyro Ball the Rayquaza, because Mewtwo would outspeed the Rayquaza, and we should be able to knock out the Kyogre unless it protected. And then Gyro Ball, if Rayquaza didn't protect, would have knocked it out. And then whatever he had left, I don't know what it was. Maybe expected my Mewtwo to knock out the Rayquaza. I don't know. I don't know why they DC'd. It could have just been bad internet on their side. You never know. But we have Andre from New York with Salamence. It's kind of the big six. It's got a lot of the big Pokemon, which I haven't been able to battle in a while, so this should be kind of fun to see what happens here. But Xerneas, Groudon, Kanga, Amoonguss, and Crobat along with that Salamence. So Mewtwo looks amazing here. Amazing enough that I'll actually lead with it. And then Terrakion. I think Terrakion Mewtwo lead should be good. Maybe, hopefully. And then... I do have Focus Sash on Terrakion this time. For some reason it kept the Lumberry even though I gave Focus Sash last time, but now it has one. Entei wouldn't be terrible here either, actually, so let's bring him and Yveltal. Let's do that. So because he has the Groudon instead of a Kyogre, I'm bringing Entei because it'll hit the Xerneas pretty hard, and then Kangaskhan we can burn, and Amoonguss will also hit pretty hard, so that's why I decided to bring Entei this time. Even though he doesn't do much to the Groudon itself. He leads Kanga Crobat, though, so probably going for the fake out Tailwind. But what I can do here... I'm going to Mega Evolve and Taunt the Crobat. Actually, I'm just going to Mega Evolve Psy Strike the Crobat and Close Combat the Kangaskhan. So whatever he doesn't fake out, I should get a knockout with the other. And I think Mewtwo outspeeds Crobat? I'm not entirely sure on that one. And you might not fake out my Mewtwo, thinking, well, Mega Mewtwo X just gets a speed boost, doesn't it? It doesn't have Inner Focus, it has Steadfast. Oh, Crobat does outspeed, and he doesn't fake out, so I should get 2 knockouts here, because both my Pokemon show outspeed Kangaskhan. We get the Psy Strike off. And that's going to knock out Crobat, no Focus Sash. And Terrakion should outspeed at this point. Yep, see ya, Kanga. So my opponent will be able to speed next turn, but I'm not upset by that. So there goes Kangaskhan, and there goes Crobat. They do get the Tailwind up, but big loss to start off, losing your Mega like that. So we don't have to worry about Salamence. He does have Groudon. And Xerneas? Yep. Yep. So I could see Precipice Blades and Dazzling Gleam here, which would give them a double KO. So they're not in the worst position. If it is Precipice Blades Groudon, that is. People are starting to turn over towards Precipice Groudon. I do have Entei and Yveltal, which also don't stand well against these two. So what I'm going to do is Psy Strike the Groudon and Close Combat the Groudon. Actually, let's Psy Strike the Xerneas and Close Combat the Groudon. Yeah, they're just gonna double attack here. So Terrakion does a whole lot. Mewtwo barely takes any damage from that, which is kind of neat. Precipice Blades, does he miss? He does not miss either Pokemon. That should be a double KO. Yep. So, giving up their 2 Pokemon right away actually wasn't bad for him, because now they're in a really good position. So, with 2 turns of Tailwind burned, put Entei on the side of Mewtwo, where Mewtwo was. Not that it really matters. We got Entei and we got Yveltal. So Xerneas probably Moonblast here, and then Groudon goes for its Precipice Blades. So what I could do here, you know, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna Sacred Fire the Xerneas. I'm gonna Sucker Punch the Groudon. I could protect, but I just think I need to get damage off. I was just gonna protect and Sucker Punch. I probably should have. Protect, Sucker Punch, because Dazzling Gleam doesn't take out Yveltal. I could have taken out Groudon 2 turns. He actually goes for Rock Slide instead of Precipice Blades, so he's able to hit both Pokemon, so either way it wouldn't have ended up mattering for Entei. And he flinches, so I don't even get my Sacred Fire off onto the Xerneas, like I would have enjoyed. Not that it super matters. But I'm going to protect here just to see if I can do anything. Because this is the last turn of Tailwind. Wow, quite the pummeling. So they are going for Precipice Blades, so there still is that chance that they miss, but we also aren't looking great outside of that. So I'm just going to Sacred Fire the Xerneas. We might outspeed? Yeah, we do outspeed. It's not going to kill, though, I don't think. It does a nice amount of damage, but Xerneas is going to Geomancy. And Groudon can just go for Precipice Blades or Rock Slide. And as long as it connects, this should take me out. Hoofda! We are not looking great here. And Precipice Blades connects, so that's going to take out Entei. Poor Entei, you tried. You did. You did. Unfortunate. It was looking good to start off, but that double KO actually really worked out for my opponent, because then they were just able to bring in just power. So maybe if we had missed a KO on like Crobat, that would have been nice, but Either way, I think we would have gotten it. So we're going to do one more battle since that one was just such a rinsing and it went pretty quick. Let's go in parody. In parody. I was trying to think what I could have done differently there. I guess not much. Not really much, to be honest. Drops us under 1500. I can't change my music, I was too slow. We have Japan. Okinawa, Japan. 1575 rated player. With, ooh, a lot of dragons here. Salamence, which actually kind of works out for him because we only have Clefable. Dialga. Excuse me. Ferrothorn. Noivern, which we don't see very often, but I'm assuming that's going to be a Focus Sash Tailwinder. Kyogre. And Kangaskhan. So I'm going to lead Mewtwo. Just because I've that option to taunt. Side Strike just does a lot of damage to a lot of things. Ice Beam for the Salamence and the Noivern. I also want something that can outspeed the Noivern and just like bop it so it doesn't Tailwind. Which might have to be Terrakion. Noivern's so fast though, I don't think we'll be able to. But Terrakion does do very good against a lot of his teams, so I'm gonna... Do I lead Mewtwo Terrakion again though? I don't necessarily think that's the best idea. I want Entei though for that Ferrothorn, but not right away. I think of Fable, Entei. And then do I want to bring Terrakion? I'll have two things weak to the Kyogre, and I don't have my Ferrothorn. But my Ferrothorn also doesn't do great against the rest of his team. I guess I can, like, Leech Seed and stuff. Let's bring Ferro. Let's bring Ferro. Watch me regret that. I'm kind of already regretting it. I think Terrakion or the other thing, Yveltal, would have been decent. So let's see. I lead Mewtwo, Clefable. And they lead Noivern and Salamence, so it's going to be a Tailwind kind of nonsense here. So I should outspeed the Salamence, so what I'm going to do is just straight away Ice Beam into Salamence, and then I will Moonblast the Noivern. So I'm going to Mega Evolve, Ice Beam Salamence, and Moonblast the Noivern, and then the following turn I can follow me. And that should work out. Gonna actually withdraw the Salamence. Into what though? Maybe Kyogre? There it is. There's the Kyogre. Kyogre, Noivern, Salamence. There's a Primordial Sea. So my Ferrothorn will be pretty safe if we bring it in at any point. So I could have just doubled into Noivern here. Oh, Noivern's actually carrying Super Fang and going for it on Mewtwo. Which I find strange, but I guess easy come, easy go, huh? And my viewer's being a little glitchy, but we get the Moonblast off on the Noivern. Does a nice amount of damage too, and we get the drop. I don't know how much it'll matter. But what I'm going to do is retreat into Ferrothorn. And then I guess just protect with the Clefable this turn. Although I can take a Water Spout. I'd rather save the damage. Let's see if the Noivern... If the Noivern Super Fangs my Ferrothorn, we might be having a problem here. It doesn't. It goes for Clefable. And it goes for, Kyogre goes for Origin Pulse. And we actually avoid with the Ferrothorn. So not bad. I'm actually going to Gyro Ball the Ferrothorn, expecting a Protect from Kyogre, and I'm going to follow me with Clefable. Actually, just straight up withdraws the Kyogre into Mence, maybe? Yep, there's Salamence. Get that Intimidation. Clefable goes for Follow Me, so if Noivern wants to Super Fang this turn, whatever. Actually goes for Flamethrower. Alright, I see you. We should eat that up. And Gyro Ball will knock out the Noivern. So we saw Super Fang and Flamethrower. Probably also had Draco and I'd assume Tailwind. since it never protected. But no, everyone is gone. I don't think Kyogre comes back in here. I think that'd be a foolish play, personally. Let's see. It is Dialga, actually. So, all I'm going to do is start setting up Leech Seeds. So, I think Dialga will be the most annoying, so I'm going to set up the Leech Seed on Dialga and then just follow me with the Clefable once again. It is Mega Ments. Brought all 3 of his dragons, too. Was not afraid because I just had a little Clefable as my fairy type. But we're going to go for that follow me. I'll probably be eating a Hyper Voice and a Flash Cannon, I'd assume. There's a Hyper Voice, which is going to do a nice amount of Ferrothorn. Actually, not very much. And actually, we see Flamethrower from Dialga. Clefable's going to eat a Citrus Berry, so we should be able to take 2 more rounds of hits. And we missed the Dialga. Perfect. So I'm going to try and Leech Seed Salamence this time, I guess. And actually, do we want to? I want to get rid of that Dialga as soon as possible, so I'm going to Leech Seed again, and I'm going to follow me again. Follow me from the Clefable. Do we see Protect on Dialga? No, we see a Tailwind from Salamence. Okay, I see you, big doggy. That could be problematic, just because of Mewtwo. But we get the Leech Seed onto Dialga, and Clefable should be able to take 2 more hits, which is nice. That's our first turn of Tailwind. And now let's Leech Seed this Ments, and let's follow me once again with Clefable. I could have actually protected there, I guess, and went for Moonblast onto Ments, just to help. But we're going to see Hyper Voice. Shouldn't take out Clefable. Whew, does a lot. So, get another Flamethrower, and that's going to take out Clefable. Clefable finally does go down, unfortunately. And Leech Seed, please connect. Thank you. So now we got all the Leech Seeds, and that was turn 2 of Tailwind. So we're going to have to try and stall out that Tailwind, and hopefully Dialga doesn't get off a Trick Room once it comes to full fruition there. I'm going to bring an Entei here. And then I'm going to protect with my Ferrothorn. And I'm actually going to Snarl with Entei, just to see if he wants to bring the Kyogre, expecting a Sacred Fire on the Dialga. Because if that's the case, we've seen Hyper Voice and Tailwind from Ments. So we don't know if it has a Fire-type move. And we also don't know if it has... Okay, so he just doubled into Entei here. So Entei's probably dead. Yep. So this will be the last turn of Tailwind. Unfortunately, the Dialga and the Salamence will probably take out my Ferrothorn here. Well, that ain't no good. And that's a fast... Oh, it's Tailwind Dialga. I wonder why it outsped Entei. I don't know why it wouldn't have... Why I thought it wouldn't have, that is. So I bring in my Mewtwo. I guess I just try and get the Protect again off of on Ferrothorn. I'm going to protect my Mewtwo. But it ain't looking good for us, boys. Mewtwo gets its Protect off. Ferrothorn does not. Draco Meteor from the Salamence and Flamethrower from the Dialga, which should take me out here. Ow. Yep. Yeah, not looking good, not looking good. And then the opposing team's Tailwind peters out, so... Mewtwo can't touch the Dialga, is the problem here, so I'm just going to Ice Beam. Probably just protects Trick Room. Oh, it doesn't protect at all. So I get a knockout on the Ments. Not that it really matters in the long run, because he's still got a Kyogre and this Dialga that I can't touch. And it probably just Dracos or Dragon Pulses. Dragon Pulses. Wow, Mewtwo has a lot of special defense. It surprises me every time it takes these hits so well. But in comes the Kyogre, and all he has to do is double attack here. Ice Beam and Dragon Pulse, or Water Spout and Dragon Pulse, or whatever. Whatever in Dragon Pulse. It really doesn't matter what he does. He's going to win. Which is unfortunate. Wow, that does a lot. Well, if I died to anything, I'm glad it was Dialga. That's actually pretty fast Dialga. Must not have been a tricker one. Because I had Flamethrower, Dragon Pulse, Earth Power. I would assume it also had Flash Cannon, but maybe it didn't because it never went for it when it knew I was following me with Clefable. Yeah, I sat there in there with Ferrothorn and Clefable too long, which is probably my biggest downfall, but that's how you learn, kids. Well, anyway, we got completely rinsed round 2, and then we fiddled around too much in round 3. We ended up losing. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you have any suggestions on the team also isn't perfect. It's using a lot of strange Pokemon like Terrakion and Entei that aren't... Well, Terrakion's not terrible in this format. Entei, I don't think is good in this format. Obviously, it does a lot to Xerneas, but Xerneas is usually paired up with either Groudon and Kyogre, which Entei doesn't want to deal with. So, anyway, guys, big stretch. Thank you so much for joining me today. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions on this team or teams I should use in the future. And we'll see you next time. Stay sharp, everyone.
Hello everyone, and thanks for checking out the video. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to click on the links on the screen. If you haven't yet, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to see more videos as they come to your way. And if you want to go check out the GoFundMe, that'd be great too. Bye!